protesters and authorities have clashed, where authorities have fired rubber bullets to disperse sections of the crowd. Our North America correspondent Lauren Day has more from Los Angeles.
Well, we've been reminded time and again this week just how quickly things can go from relative calm to absolute chaos. We were down at the federal building not that long ago and everyone was there just peacefully protesting, and then all of a sudden police and the National Guard started pushing people back without warning, and all of a sudden we saw them firing what we believe to be pepper pellets. You could feel the pepper spray in the air. It's a pretty unpleasant feeling. Someone told us later that someone had apparently punched a horse, and that's what kicked it off. But it just takes one spark to ignite this. Right now we can hear bangs going. You just heard one then. I think that's a flashbang grenade. You could see the flash at the same time. We've also seen tear gas deployed. So what started as a very peaceful day has now devolved into something quite chaotic. People are being moved along. Apparently the LAPD has issued more of those bangs. It's pretty chaotic here. But the LAPD has issued these alerts, dispersal orders, warning people to get out of the scene and telling them that they have authorised the use of less lethal force. That's because they say people are throwing rocks and bricks. We haven't seen any sign of that. The interesting thing is they're putting a lot of these warnings out on X, or what used to be Twitter, which obviously a lot of people aren't monitoring, aren't paying attention to, making those warnings pretty redundant, pretty useless. They may be coming through on other people's phones, but they're certainly not coming through on ours. Now, as I mentioned earlier today, it was much calmer, very peaceful. Here's what a few people I spoke to earlier had to say.
I was born here and my parents are immigrants, so it's just something that I know that I'm privileged. And just because my parents were not born here does not mean they have full access here.
Well, first of all, we're here for humanity, right? I'm Pastor Q from the Church Without Walls in Los Angeles and Skid Row, America's houseless capital, right? Instead of taking care of our houseless folks, we're over here trying to get rid of people who actually help us to build this nation.
The message to Donald Trump is to stop breaking families apart. We are here, hard workers, Mexicans. We are not illegal. No human is illegal, and no human should ever be illegal, Donald Trump.
We can see smoke down on the streets, not clear what that's from, whether that's from tear gas, whether it's from these flashbang grenades, any kind of other weapons, dispersal weapons that police are using, or whether it's, people doing burnouts, which they have been doing a lot. It's very chaotic, and they are still letting some traffic through, and it's pretty unsafe on the road. Thankfully, we are out of harm's way. Now, this is just one of many of these protests right around the country today that are taking